What's good? What's good? What's good? I meant to cut out of my shit that's popping up at the top. Let's remove the jaw. Let's give you a full stream of everything. So I'm gonna be on. We're gonna be on IGN. If IGN get to talking and shit, man, we're gonna have to load up the other one, man. Just realizing that the PC that I'm on slow as shit, so sorry if I run to any inconvenient things or anything like that. Let's go. We're gonna pull up dashboard up too. Hopefully they don't be talking on IGN, and then you know what I'm saying, we better watch it like that. And if this one comes up, I know they ain't gonna be talking through this one, so that'll be cool too. Countdown begins, man. It's my first time seeing it, man. So watch it with me and let's see how it goes. I'll be right back, man. I gotta turn some air on in this joint, bro. I had to put it up on the PlayStation and everything. See, I don't think my motherfucking sound is working correctly. Excited about this shit, man. I really hope they do this shit right, man. You know what I'm saying? And one other thing, man, I just want to speak on it before it begins. Rumors that they're taking out the story mode. I think that's already been confirmed, which sucks. I mean, it's okay because not too many people even play the story mode, but at the same time, it's like, man, the story mode, they always had good story mode. And then Black Ops itself always had good story mode. It's all about the numbers. The story mode, man, I hate they took that out. The whole little battle royale thing, they're trying to be like Fortnite. I don't know how this gonna play out with Call of Duty. I'm a little nervous about that. But it's something new, so I'm interested in it, but I'm not sure how it's gonna play out. multiplayer, man. I really hope they situate that, you know what I'm saying, and really correct the things that don't have the same mistakes in this Black Ops. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of people got tired of, you know, the jumping jets and jumping up and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I can, you know, rumors that they're gonna have boots on the ground like this one. Like, if they play it like World War II, but keep it that Black Ops feel to it, I think that'll be good. I'm excited for it though, man, because my favorite series was the Black Ops series. So yeah, I think it's gonna be great though. Countdown. We ain't got long. Man, drop some comments in there, man. What you think, man? What you think about it? What's your favorite Black Ops series? We don't have long though. We'll be looking on IGN. I'm trying to find a good one. Everybody be talking to us. Hopefully IGN will be talking to us. They got to work on Call of Duty site too. If they show it though. I just found out this computer is slow as shit. So I apologize for any inconvenience that you may have. I guess IGN probably will be doing some talking before they jump on. It's probably check a couple settings. How long will it take to do that? What you got, IGN? Let's get it. Okay. Oh, I must enter my date. My date of birth. You gonna get the real thing. I give you a little something. I give you the full real thing. That's close. Hold up. See, I knew IGN was gonna be talking. Videos unavailable. Oh, fuck, you tricked me. What the fuck? Damn you, Call of Duty. So let's see what IGN talking
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to IGN single-player campaign. How do you guys feel about this one?
It's interesting. Well, I mean, that would be pretty much a first. They did this a little bit within the 360
That's what
era
IGN
for
talking about,
Black
bro.
Ops 3. They actually
I wish
did
I was
not
there.
introduce
I
campaign
have a
for
nice
that.
conversation
But for the
with
first
those
time,
guys,
yeah,
man.
a
Guys
new
and
franchise
gals.
like next-gen title is not getting it in the Call of Duty series. It's interesting. I mean, I play a lot of multiplayer. What's your feeling? I mean, the Call of Duty campaigns are always good, but...
Well, I don't know the exact numbers, but I feel like a lot of people play Call of Duty for the multiplayer.
Right.
So I don't think people mind that there's no campaign.
I mean, I care, personally.
Okay.
Like, it
Okay.
feels like I'm getting half the experience, right? And I
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
play the campaigns before jumping into multiplayer. It's a good way, like, if you play a lot of games to refresh. So, my thing is, if it's still $60,
So I'm
I feel a
guessing it's
little
gonna
bit
come
weird
up
about that
once.
absence.
Right.
But you're right. It's probably the majority of
So I
people
think
weren't
it's
playing it. I'm sure that they have those stats and they're like, well, it takes a long time to make a campaign. It requires a lot of
that's what I
effort and they
think
have to have a team working on that. So maybe they're like, is it worth the investment?
And I think, yeah, the longevity of them. You look at, Overwatch right now. And,
$60 game.
Yeah, Fortnite and PUBG. All these games right now are focusing solely on a single play, a PvP experience, very, very dedicated, and those are the legs of the game. So it makes sense. I'm interested to see. Now, this is speculation. We don't know 100% for sure. Maybe it'll come down the road in DLC. But I don't know. So
We'll have to wait and see. But you're right. It's from a business perspective. I know Activision Blizzard focus on this a lot. Basically, the idea that people pay $60 for a game, but they aren't then continuing to spend that money. And it's easier to monetize a multiplayer system than it is a single-player campaign. Especially if it's single-player
yeah,
DLC,
true,
I can see them doing that in the future. But I don't
I
know,
can
all
see that.
speculation at this point. Very curious to see how people react to it if it's announced that they don't have a single-player.
yeah, I mean, a part of me will miss it. I'm not going to say, like, I've played a lot of the campaigns as well, too, and, looking back, they've gone from, futuristic now, it's a little bit now, we hit World War II in a previous Call of Duty game, so, I wonder what this one is going to, it's going to be its main claim to fame.
Personally, I hope it's
really
boots
hate
on the
that,
ground.
Do you? You didn't have enough boots on the ground
There's
here?
never any boots on the ground in any of these games.
Yeah,
We're gonna
dude,
miss you,
dude.
Camp.
So the other exciting piece of speculation that everyone's talking about is, will it have a Battle Royale mode?
I don't know. I mean, this is, you've been playing a lot of Fortnite. I call Steven the Fortnite guy here in the office.
Yeah, well,
but, what's
Right now, we're going through a battle royale trend. So I wouldn't be surprised if they leaned into that. There are
Fortnite,
rumblings
man,
that
but
it might
Call
be an
of Duty, man,
Overwatch
I don't
mode.
know, man.
Like people have certain roles.
Interesting.
So
I feel
we're
like
gonna find
you'll-
out soon, I hope. But I'm pretty excited.
Do you guys want that?
I feel like, man,
It's
if
weird,
they
like, for
do
me,
zombies,
I've not really gotten into too
if
many
they do
battle royales
zombies
yet.
like
I mean,
Fortnite,
I think
like
as
a
arena
battle
shooter
royale
guy,
zombies,
I definitely don't
that
want it to be
shit
in place of that.
will be
so it needs to
fucking
be a supplementary
amazing. I
thing.
fucking
Like, they need to still
pre-order
have
it,
the core
like,
things, like
now
combat
if they
maps, search
fucking
and
do
destroy,
that.
all those things.
I'm too much
But yeah,
care
I
about
think it'd be interesting
multiplayer
to see, AAA take
being like
on
Battle Royale
that genre.
because
and if they potentially do something,
I don't know. I feel like Call of Duty, I don't know. It'd be something new, and if they fuck it up,
Yeah,
it's gonna
interesting
fuck up the
thinking about
taste
how
of just
many
Call of
more
Duty,
games can
period.
exist in the battle royale space when you think about MOBAs.
But if they do
The big
Battle
ones
Royale
are
zombies,
League
oh
and Dota.
shit.
There are others that exist
Fucking
outside
game
of that. Of course,
on.
we've got
Fucking
Smite,
game
but like I
on.
think that
I really hope
seems
they
to
do
be
that.
you peak at a big
And then
two,
the
and if you
story
wanna
of the
add more
last
in there, they have to
zombies
do something very,
from
very
Black Ops
different.
3,
So,
you know,
I mean,
that
it
was
being
real
Call of Duty
good.
could
So
introduce people who haven't already played PUBG. It's harder for
by
Fortnite
that
because the game's
being
free, so to
that
compete with
series
something
being
that's a free
over
product,
with, I'm
would they
very
release a standalone
intrigued to
battle
see
royale
where they
mode?
gonna go
Yeah,
with
and
it.
I think that is what
For
everybody's
the
looking
new
forward to
zombies.
seeing. You
Are
have
they
these
gonna go
two,
back to that
companies that are
timeline, or
competing
they
with each
gonna,
other right now, PUBG and Fortnite, and
do a new
discounted
timeline? I'm not
pricing.
sure. I'm not
PUBG
sure.
is what,
It's-
30
it's-
bucks?
I don't know what they. I
And
don't
from a
see
VR
where they gonna
standpoint
go
with
with this because
Fortnite,
you're
it's
taking out the
free.
story mode.
Obviously,
Well, Black Ops was
I have
mostly
children.
known for
You
the
buy a lot of
story.
skins in that game.
You're
It's
taking out
not
that story
free,
mode.
but will this be a $60 standard?
The zombies have
I
technically
can see it being
ended. That's
$60.
what that was
We're
Black
gonna
Ops
find out, and
specialty
I'm
was the
pretty-
story mode in zombies. I'm
wouldn't-
just top
We might not
3
find
all
that out
down.
Actually, that's
Yeah,
And the
they
third
may
part
not.
after that was the
They might
multiplayer
not.
of Black Ops.
But it'd be interesting.
So you
yeah,
had
from
the
a
zombies,
standpoint,
which was the best
yeah,
thing
what will
about
they do
Black
and what
Ops.
the pricing
That
structure
story
is.
ended
Well,
in
we'll
Black Ops
almost
3.
definitely see
You
zombies.
got the
Is there
campaign
anything
series.
that you guys want from zombies?
You taking that away,
They tease that image out.
Yes.
and you got the
It is all
multiplayer
but
series to
Yeah,
where
there's a guy
everybody
holding a
liked it.
mask over his
But
face,
it started
and
to
it looks
change
like
up
he is a
as you
zombie.
know you
I
got
believe
Black
it
Ops
said
2, Black Ops 3. So it's gonna change
or
up a little bit. Let's
forgot
see what
what
they
the
talking about
exact
with
text
zombies.
was.
Let's see their
Oh,
opinion.
you want me
hear
to
their
pull it up?
opinion
I
on
got
that.
it right here for you. Mankind's reckoning will be its salvation.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see that story, see if it's going to be super expansive. With zombies, I'd like to see a lot of replayability. So if they lean into that, I'd be a big fan.
Yeah, I mean, I never got too much into the zombie mode. Like I said, mostly played it for, its standard PvP arena style shooter game. But it is cool. I mean, it's one of those things that Black Ops was known for, zombie mode. So if they have some kind of different iteration to it this time around, yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't think people are getting bored of zombies yet either. Like, that's such an exciting thing every time that we find out there's a new one and what they're doing differently and the challenges. And they've only iterated on it and evolved smartly as the franchise has gone on. So I just want to see more of it. I want to know what I'm getting into. So one big change coming this time around is the release date. For the first time ever, we're releasing a little bit earlier in the year, or for the first time in recent memory at the very least. And the logic for that, it's October 12th. The logic behind that is that Call of Duty's trying to get out of the way of Red Dead Redemption, potentially.
Potentially.
Small little game.
Yeah, a little game.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard of Rockstar, but they're a pretty big deal. Yeah, so Red Dead's coming out October 26th. So usually COD is in November and earlier in the year. And I wonder if there has to be a reason for that, is the thing.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's a combination of there's no campaign, so maybe they're just trying to get it out there a little bit sooner, like maybe development-wise, they're able to finish it and release it sooner. But yeah, so if you look at, NDP numbers and you look at the top games of the year, Call of Duty's pretty much had 1 or 2 games in the best-selling games of the year every single year the last 10 years.
It's also almost every month.
Yeah.
They're in the top 10.
Which is the only game that's ever dethroned them. It's been a Rockstar game, and it was Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah,
So, obviously with Red Dead, the excitement for Red Dead is pretty intense. I would say that's probably one of the reasons. But, it'll be interesting to see with those two. I mean, it's not too far, but 2 weeks is a fair amount of time still.
Yeah, it's enough time for people to buy it and get their teeth into the multiplayer or the campaign if there's a campaign.
Yeah.
So we're about 10 minutes away, just under 10 minutes away from the official stream, you guys. Currently talking about the change in release date this year. So I'm kind of wondering if
my thoughts on the release date, man.
Game early October, then maybe
it's pretty. I didn't even know Red Dead Redemption coming out, right around that time too. But like you said, Rockstar usually knocks Call of Duty off of their throne. You know what I'm saying? When it releases during that time.
Controversial and parents freak out.
Grand Theft Auto was one of those games that knocked it off. But by them bringing it out early, I think it's a good thing for the Call of Duty fans. But for the previous Call of Duty, like I said, I always been saying since the first reveal trailer for Black Ops was that first reveal trailer they showed, and that trailer showed the fact that killed the hype for World War II. I've been saying that since for the longest, man, and I feel like they really killed the hype for World War II. And World War II DLCs hasn't been so anticipated and hyped because of the reveal of Black Ops 4. Kind of like, oh shit, well fuck that, we trying to see the Black Ops, because Black Ops was one of the best series of Call of Duty. I think it's Black Ops and Modern Warfare was top 2 favorite series of just voted the most favorite. But my personal favorite was Black Ops. But I'm a fan of World War II. I think they changed a lot of stuff in World War II and it was good. Boots on the ground, that shit is amazing. I love World War II. So when they announced Black Ops 4, I was like, I already knew it was coming, but I didn't know the announcement and the trailer was going to be so soon. So, you know what I'm saying? That kind of took, I was like, well, shit. Not so excited about World War II anymore, man. But Barrett coming out early, I think that's gonna be good for the fans, but bad for the previous Call of Duty game. But it's still gonna be pretty cool though. So be very interesting. Let's see what else they're talking about. Put my 2 cents on.
Releasing at the end of the year, it's like if you guys didn't do that, you do so much better because those games are incredible and people just don't see them depending on the launch window. But usually it's other people getting out of the way of Call of Duty.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's interesting to see.
What is our November going to look like this year?
I don't know.
Who knows?
It's gonna be lots.
But back to Call of Duty's content. What else do you guys want to see? I feel like Nuketown is a given.
So that's the thing. I was just going to say, I want to see the next version of Nuketown. There's always been a different take on it. And do you remember the first time I was talking about this with Bobby and a couple of people yesterday? Bobby's actually going to be down there checking out the event. But
another one of our Call of Duty enthusiasts.
That's right. Did you remember your first time playing Nuketown? What was that like jumping into that multiplayer?
I don't remember my first time, but I do remember every time I play Nuketown, it's always chaotic. There's always spawn flipping. There's planes everywhere in the sky.
Yeah.
I love it. It's a good time.
Yeah. My first time, I remember, I think I mid-progress joined, and somebody was in the middle of a chopper gun. And I had absolutely no idea what was going on. That was probably me. Oh, thanks. And then at the same time, I'm going, what's happening? There's raining terror from the sky. I can't shield myself. I'm spawning outside. And then you kind of start to figure it out and get good at the game, and you're like, you know what's awesome? When I do that to somebody else.
Yeah.
So
I think
then
that's
it's
what it
great.
is when
Yeah.
you're a beginner and you start in a map like this that feels close quarters. You're just like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then once you learn, and I think getting or coming to terms with the verticality of Newtown is a really
Blackops
important
is
thing
so
that like I
fucking
was just terrible
amazing,
at to
bro.
begin with. It was just
Yeah.
stay on the ground. Be like, no,
Good
that's a bad
ass
idea.
game.
Boots on the ground did not work. in
No,
this.
not in that one. But fun map, and it's like it was cool to see them iterate, you know, in the last few games. And it's, you know, I would expect that at least probably this time it's going to have maybe a pass take again, right? I don't know, right? Because they've done like a 2025 and then a different version for Black Ops 3. But yeah, hopefully it makes a return one more time for
I'm excited to see what they do with their loadout system.
Right.
Yeah, especially if they're going to go with the BR mode. Will there be loadouts, or you're going to find guns on the map? We'll see. We'll find out.
Well, one of
Hopefully.
the I was speaking to a developer about this, and Battle Royale mode is supposed to be
big
fairly
man,
easy to make
hold up.
because you don't have to make a lot of assets and you don't have to balance that much.
Yeah.
You just
Right.
sort of drop things where they are. So it's not. I'm sure it's every game is difficult to develop, but it's in terms of things with a large map, you just sort of chuck it in there. You're good to go.
Like
So
hope they do
Fortnite
both.
first came out with the PvE mode, Save the World.
I hope
and
they
then
do
just,
both.
like, put 'em
Drop
on-
weapons on the ground. That'll be a new
Underplayable.
look.
just adapt to it,
But
and I mean
again,
we know how
that's
quickly
taken
Radical
from
Heights got
Fortnite,
made in
and I
response
feel
to this.
like,
It was less than
man,
a year,
I just
so
don't know.
you
I
can make
got
it
a
pretty
bad
quickly, but
feeling
it does
about- I don't think Call of
completely
Duty will be able to pull
differ
off the shit that
from the way
Fortnite
Call of
pulled
Duty
off.
is set up.
I mean, Fortnite
yeah,
was
thinking
like
about the
a,
design of how
it
many
was
people
lucky,
in the
but it
AAA
was like
structure of the game, like these games are super
something- it was
polished.
free
And
for
Fortnite is
one.
actually
Anybody
a really
turn out
polished
a
game
free
as well,
game,
because
so,
it's still in early
that was
access.
one of
So
the
that's the
big-
thing I think,
big
you know,
thing
could
Fortnite
that
really kind of, you know what I'm saying, got heads up on because it was a free game.
something
Like,
along those lines.
but then, you know what I'm saying, when you actually download, like, oh man, this shit, I don't like this shit. Then you play it again, like, okay, this shit's great. Something new. You know what I'm saying? Battle Royale, it's something new. I like it. Like, it's alright, man. But I don't think Call of Duty.
It's also just Call of
I
Duty.
don't
so
know. I don't know.
fast.
I just don't. I don't think that feel, the same
would say
feel
you
that
die
Fortnite
faster in
got,
Call of
man. I
Duty
don't
than
think
you
Call of
generally
Duty can
do
pull
in
that shit
Fortnite.
off, man. And,
Yeah.
and
I would think
if
that
they
they
do,
do,
it's
so
probably
that's
gonna
if
take
you
a
just
hell of a
get
lot of practice. You know what I'm saying? I think Call of Duty should kind of stick to their roots to kind of develop their own lane
If you look at the iterations
and kind of borrow from some of this stuff, kind of give the best of both worlds. So that's why I said drop weapons on the ground. That'd be cool. Kind of like zombies, where you have weapons on the wall, and you can actually customize some weapons or whatever before the game. That'd be pretty cool. One thing I really do hope they add in,
No.
you know how you have your layout before you begin a game, but you can, it'd be tight to where you can actually continue to customize. You know, you be trying to customize your weapon, and like, damn, time's up. But it'd be tight if you can actually customize your weapon layout while you're actually in the game. Just at that spectator screen. If they bring that to it, I feel like that'd be a good add-on.
And it can take a lot longer to find other players when you're in the
Yeah,
Battle Royale mode,
definitely.
so it is definitely different from them. But for series staples, what are you guys really wanting to see out of today? We're just a couple of minutes out now,
What do you
other
think?
than Nuketown.
Yeah.
Well, I'm always a big prestige guy, so
Oh, yeah.
I love grinding it out and prestiging. So as long as they have that core fun.
Alright, man, I hope this shit. Let's get it, man. I hope this shit is everything that we expected. Everything we talked about. Man, goddamn notifications. Mr. Dalik Jetty live. I think he's at the event. Glitch Queen, I think she's there. Shout out to all the zombie Call of Duty. I follow all those people, man. Ladies and gents, I follow all those folks, man. Cool people, man. Let's see. Mr. Dolly Jet. Bro got the coolest ass accent ever, bro. Man, just give me some zombies, man. Give me a battle royale zombies, man. You get fucking battle royale zombies, I think that's gonna top it all right there. Fucking battle royale zombies, man. That's what we need. Battle royale zombies. You gotta give us battle royale zombies, Call of Duty. Make sure my body fucking shit. Oh shit, yo. Like New Year's countdown. Oh, here we go.
Like the CIA says, you do not exist.
They'll always need men like us. Those who are willing to do. But others cannot.
Good old days, baby. Fucking good old days, man.
We need to fight back.
Let's hunt.
Watch and learn, brothers.
1 and 2 is probably my favorite. Come on. Ah, fuck. I thought they were gonna show that. Show more on these things.
Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the community reveal of Call of Duty Black Ops 4. On behalf of Activision, Treyarch, and the entire Call of Duty Black Ops 4 team, it's great to be here with you. Thank you all so much for joining us. Listen, we want to start where it matters the most, with you, our players. Black Ops has been a nearly 10-year journey, and you have been there every step of the way with us. So I want to thank you all for your support and your trust throughout. Thank you. Now, that trust has allowed us to take a lot of risks over the years, and that support has allowed us to grow Black Ops in some new ways. Now, you've come with us on this crazy and insanely fun and sometimes mind-bending ride. From nurturing an off-brand Easter egg called Zombies into a full-blown phenomena, to introducing you to twisted stories and unforgettable characters you played and that you played with.
Fuck, I'm sorry, guys.
To bringing you new ways to play, compete, and watch multiplayer. Throughout this journey, Treyarch has never shied away from introducing something new or unexpected to Call of Duty and breaking with convention if we thought you would have fun with it. And that tradition continues yet again. Black Ops 4 is a living example of what we do best as a studio. We set the bar high, we challenge our assumptions, and we take nothing for granted. And we rethink everything about how we make games, which leads us to today. Black Ops 4 is a game that gives you more ways to have fun with your friends than anything that we have ever created. It's the deepest, most replayable game in our history. Now let's face it, that's saying something, because you guys have played the hell out of the Black Ops series.
Motherfuckers still playing, Black Ops 3.
We're inspired by your passion for playing our games together, online, for months, even years. And today is where we begin to break it all down for you. This is a special day for us, and one we've looked forward to for a long time. And as you can imagine, we got a lot to share. So we're gonna show you more at this reveal than we ever have. This isn't business as usual, guys. This isn't business as usual. And that starts now with how we're approaching Black Ops 4 multiplayer universe. And who better to do that than Dan Bunting and Lord Vonderhaar.
I didn't think you'd say it. Oh, wait. Hey.
David, what are you doing?
I gotta update my Twitter name to Lord Vonderhaar. And done.
We gotta do the show, man.
Oh, shit.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. We are here so excited to tell you, finally, about this game that the team at Treyarch has been working on for the past few years. And for those of you who have not been with us for one of our past multiplayer reveals, we are going deep today. Before we tell you all about Black Ops 4 multiplayer, which is set in a narrative world between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, we're just gonna show it to you.
Can I take this line? Do you mind?
All right, knock yourself out.
All right. Here is the worldwide reveal trailer for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 multiplayer.
Black Ops, weapons free. Let's do it live.
Guess who's back? It ain't a fucking question. They know the name out in the presence of a living legend. What you heard is murder, you will need protection. Blinded couldn't see, so nothing needed. Come and get direction. You are now not in the presence of nice guys.
Bravo secure. Pushing on me.
Every shot counts.
Enemy strike team deployed. Building barricade. Gunship overhead. Bring down the head.
Copy that, 113.
Marking targets. Sensor going live. Heels coming.
Eat this.
It looked tight, man, but I wasn't expecting it. That's more.
I lost count.
Feel that energy.
I lost count of how many times you killed me in that video.
So Black Ops 4 represents our most ambitious multiplayer to date. It delivers grounded combat, tight gunplay, an authentic military feel, and of course the fluid and responsive controls that you know and love, all wrapped in the most refined tactical team experience that we've ever delivered. It's a deeper and more rewarding experience that will be played for a long time to come.
All right,
Vonderhaar.
let's just get something out of the way. Are you guys ready? Can you thrust jump? Can you wall run? Can you confirm we are 100% boots on the ground? Okay. Wow. Look, as we know, you love the fluid feel of Black Ops 3 combat, so the question that we always start with is, how do you create a more grounded and tactical experience, but do it without slowing down the player? So that's pretty easy, right? We didn't stop believing in Guns Up. So in Black Ops 4, will you still move and interact with the world in a really fast and fluid way? And you can still keep your gun up while doing many of the other things in the game, like throwing grenades and using equipment, activating score streaks, and mantling. And what's better than doing all of those things while still being able to fire your gun? And it's doing this while firing your gun. Ruin returns, and this time he brought his special issue equipment, the grapple gun, that only he can equip and create a class. So Ruin is a specialist with those unique ability to close the gaps and get to the enemy faster. And the combos that you can pull off when you grapple to grab slam have been making the highlight reel inside the studio. And we can't wait to see just what you do with this. So specialists are back, both new and some familiar, but totally reimagined. Because each specialist brings special issue equipment that delivers unique capabilities to your team to reinforce the tactical gameplay without slowing down the player. And you'll hear about many of them throughout the discussion. But you would be fooling yourself if you thought that they were the main characters of this show.
That's right, because Black Ops is and always has been first and foremost about weapons and the gameplay around them. It's no different with Black Ops 4. However, with Black Ops 4, we've made more improvements to gun systems than literally the entirety of Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 combined. This just shows how serious we are about weapon systems at Treyarch. We've designed each weapon as though it's a character in and of itself, which means that we pay attention to every single detail. Hot barrels are gonna ooze smoke. Muzzle flashes are gonna burst and light up the room. Bullet impacts are massive and they connect the player with the game world around them. And weapons for the first time have real 3D tracers, which both look and feel incredibly awesome, but they also serve a gameplay purpose because they let you know where the gunfire is coming from. And animations have been overhauled to make that feel that you know and love that much more responsive. Bullets will actually deplete as you expend the magazine, but that's just the start. This is a small example of the details that we pay attention to our weapons. On the design front, Black Ops 4 is going to break with tradition by giving each weapon its own set of attachments. Now in the past, attachment sets were shared across weapon classes. But this is important to us because unique attachments are all about making the gameplay of weapons and what makes each weapon stand out from each other. We're also bringing a new category of attachment this game. It's called operator mods. Operator mods are the ultimate expression of a gun's profile. It's going to expand its capabilities in ways that go beyond that core functionality. You're going to see here the Titan LMG laying down some heavy suppression fire. That suppressive effect is only capable through its operator mod. It's going to distort and disorient the enemy on the other side of it. Now I'm excited to say that weapons are further defined by another first in franchise history today. I'm here to tell you, Black Ops 4 will be the first game in our history to use a true predictive recoil pattern system. This allows you to constantly make micro adjustments while aiming and shooting. This means that the gameplay of each weapon is learnable. There's a path to mastery that is rewarding for new players and veterans alike. This is by far our biggest investment in the weapons platform and combat systems that we've made to give you the most rewarding and visceral experience by pushing the state of the art on weapons visuals, animations, and sound effects.
Weapons and health are two sides of the same coin, and you can't change one without affecting the other. And Black Ops 4 adds some tactical depth through a change in the healing mechanic. Healing is no longer automatic. Now players manually trigger their healing process with a dedicated button, and that becomes as central to your gameplay loop as reloading the weapon after a firefight. And we like this change because it creates a tactical decision point that simply didn't exist before. So you can disengage from combat and heal up, or you can rush an unsuspecting opponent who may be healing herself. And these changes create a more tactical pace to the game, where instead of simply losing to the person who shoots first, you can actually survive a gunfight with smart maneuvering. And this means you spend more time in the part of the game that's the most fun, which is the combat. So aggressive players still feel rewarded for being aggressive, and tactical players can actually choose when to disengage and look for a better opportunity to strike. Our journey into the health mechanics has evolved and doesn't end just here. Let me introduce you to Crash. And Crash is a medic. And this means when his ability is ready to use, he can actually restore and give bonus health to players for a limited time. And Crash is just more than a medic. He also distributes a salt pack, which resupplies team, and no doubt the folks at home are already breaking down that MP trailer, and they've already figured out what this one's like. So we've taken a completely fresh look at the health mechanics of a Black Ops multiplayer game to insert tactical decisions and some much-needed pacing into that gameplay loop.
So far we've talked about some really fundamental building blocks of what multiplayer and what makes it awesome. You got movement, weapons, health systems. We're going to take it up a level to situational awareness. Situational awareness covers the gamut of what you see and hear in the game, from the mini-map to the sounds that your footsteps make on different surfaces. We've experimented with all sorts of modifiers that have impacted this over the years, but in Black Ops 4, we embrace situational awareness as a fundamental feature to the game. We're introducing a new system called the Fog of War. And only the parts around on the mini-map, the Fog of War reveals a radius around the player and his or her teammates. As you'd expect, enemy players are going to reveal their positions when firing a weapon unless they're suppressed, and many of your favorite score streaks like UAVs and counter UAVs are still going to do what you expect them to do. But what the Fog of War does, it creates more opportunities for teammates to communicate and work together for the win. Now I'm going to introduce you to another new specialist. His name is Recon. Recon is an expert in situational awareness. His special issue equipment is called the Sensor Dart. When he shoots the Sensor Dart into the world, it clears a large radius around it that both he and his teammates can see, and it helps you to locate enemies. He also has Vision Pulse, which makes a return from Black Ops 3, but this time around it's a little bit different. The whole team gets the benefit of it. So with effective usage, these mechanics together can be a clutch way to snag victory from the jaws of defeat. Situational awareness is as important to the gameplay loop as weapons, health, and movement. And as with the other fundamentals, we're giving you, the players, access to these tools to control your own gameplay loop.
The flow of combat is how movement and weapons and health and situational awareness all come together in the head-to-head gameplay. Spawning, pathing, level design, all of these things impact that flow. You might remember Seraph. She has a TAC deploy, and this is a team-wide spawn beacon that allows Seraph to command offensive control over that flow of combat for a period of time. And this is Torque. Torque is the master of disrupting that flow because he can lay down razor wire and create deployable and improvised cover with his barricade. And one last one. Over the years, we've experimented with the idea of area denial in various ways. And in Black Ops 4, it's time to stop playing around. Firebreak makes his return and makes area denial a part of that gameplay loop. His special issue gear, the Reactor Core, allows him to do just that. And Firebreak can even trade his own health to extend the clock on that time. So we've combined the best designs in how level spawning and flow control work together to influence the gameplay loop, and then we place those tools not in our hands, but into the hands of you through the specialists.
And the story of Black Ops 4 is not one of a single game in development, but rather the combined journey of the entire last decade of Black Ops. And you, the community, have been with us every step of that way. Every game that we make is an opportunity for us to do better, to continue the dialogue that we have with you, and you know that we listen. You expect that commitment from us, and this is why we do what we do. So I think we've covered all the details. We've pretty much given away the secret recipe to our multiplayer experience.
Are you sure about that?
What did I miss?
Just one little thing. Just want to tease for our competitive community, and that is the return of League Play. League Play is a fan favorite, and we've combined the very best parts of it, and we're going to deliver it for all the players of Black Ops 4.
As Mark mentioned in his opening remarks, we're doing some things a little bit different than this year, including how we tell stories in each mode throughout the game. Now, we're delivering more narrative and character depth in multiplayer than ever before. And we're also going to give new and returning players the ability to learn and master each of these specialists and solo missions. These missions feature a series of fun and fast-paced trials that give a hands-on introduction to the new and returning specialists, while exploring the stories behind their identities and their backgrounds inside of a Black Ops narrative. Now, with each game, the Black Ops players have spent more and more time in multiplayer, and it's important to us that we go bigger on that experience and expand the narrative universe around it. Here is just a glimpse into that universe.
Not bad.
Not bad yourself.
No one gives a fuck about you. You're a number. An asset. A pawn in someone else's game. They've been manipulating you. Watching you. Exploiting you. And when they get what they want, they'll leave you for dead. So here's the deal. Alone, you can put up a fight. But together, you can start a war.
Like they're focusing a lot. They double down on multiplayer. That's what they look like. Zombies. Fucking zombies. It's fucking zombies. This is what I've been waiting for. Fucking zombies. Hell yeah, fucking zombies. Then they got Jason back in this bitch. He had love.
I think it's time for us to talk about zombies. Good morning, everyone, especially all the zombies fans out there. We know who you are. Those of you who remember zombies as a bonus mode hidden in Call of Duty World at War have been with us from the beginning. You've watched as our undead have grown to become an essential part of the Black Ops experience. The story that we began a decade ago is as much a result of your work as it is ours. Zombies has always been about that shared journey, both for our characters and the tightly knit teams and friends who joyfully compete to be amongst the first to uncover the mode's latest and deepest secrets. Just as with the rest of Black Ops 4, we've gone back to the drawing board on zombies, rethinking how we can give you more ways to have fun with your friends than anything we've made before. The zombies community has always been our North Star, which is why we took everything that you've taught us and put it on the table for discussion about where to go to next. 10 years after it all began, we're about to begin a brand new chapter in the zombie story right here, together. And we couldn't be more thrilled to reveal the details with those of you here in attendance and the many fans tuning in worldwide. Joining me to share more about this new adventure is Craig Houston, our lead writer.
Hello. So, over the years, one of the key aspects that has driven the zombie storyline and fan interest is mystery. A sense that you're entering an unknown world where anything can happen. And when we say anything, we mean anything. You know, stuff like giant robots, mythical staffs, interdimensional time travel, and wee monkeys that explode when you throw them. Remember your training monkey? You'll be fine. Basically all the things that you zombie fans consider normal. We've explored many different time periods and a variety of fractured universes. Now's the perfect time to start fresh and let the zombies community discover a whole new world together. Black Ops 4 marks the beginning of a brand new storyline, separate and distinct from the Ether story, a new world with new characters and new enemies. Drawing from history, both real and mythical, Black Ops 4 Zombies will introduce us to a new enemy, an ancient order, hell-bent on transforming the world to fulfill their nefarious agenda. Against them stand an eclectic group of all new player characters, unexpectedly thrust together by their shared experiences, with each one bringing their own colourful personality, skills, and unique perspective to the team. You know what? It's probably best if I just show you. This is 9.
You come seeking answers. Hear my voice. Heed my warning. The knowledge you seek was not intended for mortal man. Breathe deeply. The power of the vapors will transport you. Let yourself fall through the ages, through time and space itself, and pray for your safe return.
Bruno, Diego, and Shaw, our new cast. We know them, and we can't wait for you to get to know them too.
I was expecting more, man.
Okay.
Sorry.
A mysterious new world, sinister villains and engaging heroes, and a riveting story of chaos all forms just one half of the equation. It's the what we'll play. Now, let's talk about the how. How we'll play the game. During the development of Black Ops 4, we routinely ask ourselves the question, how do our fans like to play? Well, after taking down literally thousands of zombies, it turns out that you have earned the right to make up your own rules and play the game the way you want to play it.
Okay.
So we're going to provide you with customizable tools and social systems to evolve zombies into a evergreen mode for daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly engagement.
Okay, now we talking. All right, show me something good, man.
Zombies also now boasts custom mutations, over 100 different customizable options that will allow you to play the game your way, changing the fundamental rules and systems of the gameplay experience. Things like zombie speed, health, trainability, type, player damage, magic box functionality, and much, much more. And since the Zombies community loves to compete with each other, we're also introducing the Black Ops Authenticity Stamp System. This will give players a shareable code stating exactly what was achieved and with what options. As I'm sure you can imagine, this will help third-party high score boards and other kind of custom competitions. No one likes cheats, especially me. On the subject of custom competitions, we're also introducing limited-time created challenges that we're naming Callings, which will regularly introduce new ways for you to play the game and set the stage for ongoing seasonal content and a few themed experience surprises as well along the way. And as we give our fans more power and ways to play, we're aware that zombies can sometimes be a little bit intimidating to new players, especially those who like to kick back on the couch and play solo. The good news is that Black Ops 4 Zombies will also include bot support, meaning you can enjoy the full narrative experience that comes with co-op. Not got a buddy to play with? Let our AI fight alongside you. Want to mix it up even more? We're introducing a new mode called Zombie Rush, a brand new mode simplifying the game experience to create a whole new tempo of gameplay, perfect for welcoming people into the Zombies universe, an enticing challenge for grizzled veterans alike. We're also reintroducing difficulty levels and an in-game tutorial to introduce players to the mode in a less stressful way. For those of you who also choose to have the path of most resistance, you can crank up that difficulty all the way up. Now, speaking of stress, we've already seen our 4 new heroes during an era of utter brutality, where no-holds-barred, winner-takes-all combat wasn't just the rule of law, but society's favorite form of entertainment. But zombie fans, wouldn't it be interesting to see them go somewhere nice, somewhere luxurious, somewhere they could have a good time? It is my pleasure to show you a glimpse of the second of our Day 1 zombie experiences. Welcome to Voyage of Despair.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Give me something else. Okay, now we talking. Fuck that front trailer. This is like it's
Lady McKendrick may be a bit higher class than you are used to mixing with, huh?
Ah, Bruno, my French friend. The lady will be so lost in my eyes and enthralled in my tales, she will not even notice when I make my move.
Timing, as always, is everything. While you and Lady McBlahblah head off to do whatever it is that you're going to do,
Shaw will collect the key.
allowing us access to the Millionaire Suite.
Well, we will deal with any unwanted guests.
When you say deal with, I have to ask. How?
I will launch, how you say, charm offensive.
Okay, I'm with you so far, but what did you call the pipe things you're looking for?
Pneumatic tubes, used for the conveyance of small packages throughout the vessel. They will carry our surprise down to the cargo room. It really should be quite exciting.
And after the detonation?
That's where I come in.
Given that the artifact will be securely locked within the safe, dare I ask how you plan to get through 2 inches of solid steel?
I've got just the thing. A mechanism of my own invention.
What does it do?
It opens things.
Now, obviously your father made some enemies during his travels.
That's a pretty big understatement.
If I may interject, I think you were about to ask if Miss Rhodes expected us to encounter any opposition.
It's possible. Likely, even.
What of the other valuables? Are we to secure them also?
Just the artifact. Well, not these.
What are we then?
All that stands between humanity and the forces of evil.
looked a lot more better. I like that one. That's probably the first.
So that's what's happened. So that's what happens when you unleash the zombie horde somewhere nice. Okay, it was the Titanic, but it should have been nice. Trust me, that bloody great iceberg is the least of our characters' worries. There is so much more to talk about, and this really is just the beginning. We'll be revealing a lot more later this summer, where we shall share further details on other never-before-seen goodies on our road to release. Thank you.
You notice he got the two blood things behind his back.
Friends, we're not done yet. You've seen a taster of 9 and Voyage of Despair, but that's not all the zombies news we have for you today. We've already said that Black Ops 4 is the deepest, most replayable game in our history. So it's my great pleasure to reveal that for the first time ever, we will launch with 3 fully fledged, fully loaded Zombies experiences on day 1. We've seen a taste of what's ahead in our new story, but let's just take a trip back through the ether. One of our all-time fan-favorite maps told the story of 4 lost souls trapped in an eternal purgatory, desperate to break the cycle. Here's a small peek of Black Ops 4's 3rd Zombies map.
Hell yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, they got the boys. Wait a minute. It's the fucking jail cell. Blood of the dead. Oh shit. Oh fuck, this all it shows. It's the fucking jail cell, yo. Mob of the dead.
Ah, nice. Not like I wasn't having enough nightmares just in my day-to-day. I have to work with those people. Listen, I'm gonna make this put it really simply for you. This is a super serious year for us for Black Ops 4 on PC. And we're excited to share that we have a completely dedicated team with our friends over at Beanox, and they're making the most robust, most refined, most customizable PC shooter experience that we've created. And we're also excited to announce that Black Ops 4 will be the first Call of Duty title ever released on Blizzard Entertainment's Battle.net platform. Now, we're working very closely both with the dedicated PC team at Beanox as well as Blizzard to make sure that this is an absolutely great experience for our PC players. Let's take a closer look.
Black Ops 4 is really a celebration of our community, and something we've wanted to do for a really long time is focus on PC as its own unique platform and give PC gamers what they deserve.
This version of the game is custom built for the PC, and I think that's going to show through in every part of it.
We've developed a really strong partnership with Beanox, in addition to Blizzard, who have been tremendously helpful in bringing the game to the Battle.net platform, and that's a first for the franchise.
Those of us at Blizzard have been friends with Treyarch for many, many years. When it came to working on Overwatch, we consulted with Treyarch on a number of features.
It's the first first-person shooter Blizzard has ever made, so hearing their advice really helped us build out our game. And it's really exciting that we can welcome them onto the Battle.net platform, because Call of Duty is a cultural landmark.
With all the features of BattleNet, I think it's going to be pretty amazing what Black Ops 4 is going to have to offer.
Is going to be fully integrated with all these social features on BattleNet. You'll be able to add friends, talk with your friends, see them playing other games, party up, and interact with them in-game.
We're going to be able to talk to players across Black Ops 4 into Overwatch, which should be pretty amazing. PC players expect a lot of options. They like to customize their gameplay experience exactly how they want it.
At Beenox, we have a long history of PC development. And so the PC community is always in the back of our minds. We're really talking about making sure that we've delivered on what they wanted.
For the Black Ops games, we've always had dedicated servers, and this game is no exception. They provide the performance and the security that our PC players need.
We are testing on the widest assortment of hardware possible to make sure the largest number of people can play and enjoy Black Ops 4.
We really wanted to tighten up the gunplay mechanics and make the movement system feel as smooth and as responsive as it possibly can.
There also has been a whole redesign of the UI flow, and we have made tweaks to how weapons react.
Things like recoil, weapon knockback, so that for a keyboard and mouse player, it's easy to get back on target. We will have uncapped frame rate. We're going to support 4K, HDR, ultra-wide monitors. It's going to have great scalability options, so everybody will be able to optimize for visual fidelity.
You've seen the team here get rejuvenated and excited by this idea of bringing the game to PC in a much bigger way than we've ever done before.
TACOM, recon requesting attack chopper pass. Select team are cleared to deploy. Going off, Marine. Check fire, check fire. Kill all of them.
Black Ops 4 is the game that lets you play with your friends in more ways than ever before. And we all love Black Ops for that combat experience. But imagine if we take that experience you know and love and we spin it on its head. And we drop you into a large, massive world where you have to survive to be the last man standing. Let's just pause here for a minute. I don't have to describe to you how Battle Royale works. These games are no secret. We play them too. But for us to even consider this kind of experience, it had to be unique and done in a way only Black Ops could do. Now, we are doing this, but we are doing it the Black Ops way. A survival game with the best, most refined mechanics in the world. Our signature controls and gameplay systems and the kind of fast-paced action that only Call of Duty can deliver, all in the biggest map that we've ever made, over 1,500 times bigger than Nuketown. And this is just the beginning. We're bringing to bear 10 years worth of Black Ops Universe features. That's your favorite characters, your favorite weapons, and the most iconic parts of your favorite maps. And we're putting them all in one place, a crazy collision of fun, and then we're gonna let you navigate that world with land, sea, and air vehicles. This is something that you have not experienced before. Let's keep it rolling. Do you remember your CIA handler, Hudson? Or maybe you remember that very first, very sweet RCXD kill. The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? Or that time when you partnered up with Reznov for revenge. And which of these multiple endings did you experience with the Menendez? Or how about that one time when you worked with your friend Woods to take the Hind? Now, I should probably mention this one too. Your favorite Zombies cast weapons, and gear too. This is something totally new. This is doing Battle Royale the Black Ops way. This is Blackout!
Okay, see, that's what I was talking about. If Call of Duty 2, they gotta do it right.
There it is, the game that's been designed for you, the Black Ops community. It's the deepest, most replayable game we have ever made across the 3 pillars of Black Ops 4, multiplayer, zombies, and our new mode, Blackout. All right. Look, it's all about having fun with your friends, right? More fun than you've ever had before. Black Ops 4 doesn't have a traditional campaign. We're weaving narrative into each of the modes. And we've added unique ways to play solo in multiplayer and zombies, regardless of your skill level. So, if you're a veteran, we're getting ready to test your skills. And for those of you who just want to ramp up on your own, we got you covered too. This is a game for every kind of player. It's a game that's built to last for years to come. And we can't wait to play it with you. So thank you. Look, I want to give a shout out to our friends at PlayStation. Thank you guys so much for this incredible hardware setup that you guys are going to experience here today. And thank you, PlayStation, for your partnership with Call of Duty. We're excited for what's ahead of us. On behalf of everybody at Treyarch and all the developers, as well as Activision and our partners, a massive thank you. Thank you to everyone here. Thank you for coming from far away. It means a lot to us. And of course, to those of you watching from around the world, it's not going to be long. We'll be back, don't worry, before we're sharing more with this amazing community again. Now, let's check out that multiplayer trailer one more time before you're getting your hands on it with it next door. Let's take a look at Black Ops 4 multiplayer. Take care, everyone.
So they making up for taking out of the campaign. I respect that.
Black Ops, weapons free.
I respect it.
Let's do it live.
Guess who's back? It ain't a fucking question. They know the name out when the
The health thing, I'm a little about that. I might really need to do that. That shit, I'm just so busy playing fucking zombies. I'm not in the presence of we got to feel the look of Black Ops.
Push it on me.
But overshot kills. I don't know how I feel about that whole health situation, man.
Enemy strike team deployed. Building barricade.
Copy that, 113.
Marking targets. Sensor going live.
I like how you gotta really play as a team. That's how you Tomahawk, bitch. Get your song.
Heels coming.
I like the little barricade.
Eat this.
Bounce like a bouncing bitty grenade. Right is on fucking point. I'm just to see how they're gonna do with dogs and shit. Tight, man. It's a little tight. Still got multiplayer and they got the battle royale, so you know.
Pre-order now and get access to the private beta.
Okay. Okay, this is it. Okay. Shit was great, man. I fucks with it, man. I'm a lot more excited about the zombies, man. I'm not gonna talk too long because I had to get ahead on a little bit, but I'm just gonna go over a couple points. One of the biggest things, and I'm interested to hear what IGN got to say too. One of the biggest points is the zombies, man. They got 3 zombie maps that comes with it on day one. That's gonna be fucking amazing. That's the biggest thing I'm excited about. Let's see what they got.
All of the Black Ops universe into one big map. I think the thing that's most exciting for me is that they're trying to take like key points from maps that are like really loved and integrate them into that map. But it's supposed to be 1,500 times the size of a regular Call of Duty map. Which
of Newtown, he said, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so it's just like, well, that's
the other thing I was going to speak on. The Battle Royale, that's what I said.
I am concerned about.
That's what I said before it started. I said, I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but I'm interested. But they cannot do it like Fortnite. If Black Ops do it the Call of Duty way, like a Fortnite layout style, that'll be tight, be different, but they gotta approach it. It gotta be different. It can't be the same as Fortnite. It cannot be the same as Fortnite. If they do it and it plays out right, I think it's gonna take some time for people to get used to. But the way they got the old maps, pieces of the old maps and put it all together, I think that's fucking amazing. And you got, they said ground, air, and then I think they said water too, if I'm not mistaken. But that's gonna be pretty tight. That's gonna really give Fortnite a run for its money. And I'm interested to see how, like, when the DLCs come out, how are they gonna add what's gonna be added to the DLC content? That's gonna be pretty tight. Another thing they didn't really speak on is how many people is going to be inside of the Blackout game mode. I'm interested to see how many people are going to be in it. The fact that you can play with your old zombie players, play with the old zombie players like the zombie characters and whatnot, and other characters throughout the old Black Ops series, that's pretty tight. That's definitely a plus. The fact that the dogs is in it, that's pretty cool, pretty tight. I'm wondering, are they gonna have like different like weapon layouts? How they gonna do the weapon layouts, and how they was doing with the multiplayer? You know how in the multiplayer they had they was focusing on more the layout and the character. Now they're gonna take those same settings and put it into the Battle Royale Blackout sequel. I'm interested to see how that's gonna go. How many players can be there? For its perks and for its when they drop, what's the shit they be? I forgot what they fucking call them. I play fucking Call of Duty all the time. It's considered perks, but it's like the different where you call for a plane to come shoot them and all that shit. I'm interested to see how this gonna go or be about. It looks tight, man. I can't wait to get my hands on it to see how it plays out. And then for one, I think it's gonna be better than Fortnite Battle Royale. Cause I'm more of a Call of Duty fan versus a Fortnite fan. And Call of Duty gonna have that realistic and that more graphical detail and more real feeling to it. Versus Fortnite more like cartoonish, which ain't nothing wrong with that. I love that shit. It's more cartoonish and animated feel to it. It's not so realistic, but at the same time, Call of Duty gonna give you that Fortnite Battle Royale feel to it with the real feel of, graphics and gameplay. You still have the Call of Duty feel to the game, but just kind of mixed with Fortnite. And I feel like if they played it out right, that's going to be really, really, really big. That's going to be great. So it's going to be something I had to get my hands on it. Because when I first played Fortnite, I was like, I don't too much like it. Played it again, I was like, I like it. But I feel like if Call of Duty really had this, that'll be really even better, and they are. So if Call of Duty do that shit right, it's going to fucking kill Fortnite. Hands down. They're talking about zombies. Let me hear what they got to say about zombies, and I'm going to throw my 2 cents on about zombies too.
There's like
Easter eggs and stuff.
Yeah, like there's an Easter egg through line, and I assume that this is going to be kind of the same thing.
Okay.
What I noticed is they made a lot of mention about returning daily activities and rewards and all that other stuff. Now, that sounded like it was mostly within the context of the zombies mode. Did they dive deep into that at all, or no?
They mentioned like that punch card system of just kind of like showing off like what things you've accomplished. I know there are challenges that will be as a part of Zombies somehow, so I think they're going to try to integrate it in some way, but they didn't go in too deep into detail.
Okay. I mean, I think that's cool. I think a lot of what Fortnite is providing right now is that's the replay incentive for people to get these challenges, play with their friends, and then potentially unlock a bunch of things. So if that's in the Zombies mode, I think that's actually a really cool addition.
I'm also really excited to hear that they're having like a training mode for new players to try it out, and there's different difficulty
levels.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
Weird and cool because I know like it can be kind of intimidating to play by yourself. I know jumping into zombies with people that I don't know, it's like such a gamble. And having bots as an option too is really neat because like sometimes I just don't want to play with other people, but I just want to just mow down some zombies. And having the bots there to at least assist me a little bit would be really nice.
And that mode was cool. I think Zombie Rush?
I believe so.
Yeah, so that I mean that sounds really cool. We've also like they spoke a little bit about we had an audio issue, so couldn't fully track it, but custom competitions.
So you can make custom games.
Right.
So they have for sure like 100 different options. I don't know if it's like specifically for competitions, but I know that you can create challenges for other people.
I think that's really cool.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
and so like just having like this a lot more flexibility within zombies I think is exciting because obviously they want to build out all these 3 major points without a campaign.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm super excited.
I don't care as much about the lack of a single-player campaign as I thought that I would, and I think that that's because the art style was really interesting, the characters had really solid voice acting, they all seemed really distinct, and the environments were so different. That Voyage of Despair area looked like a luxury hotel, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Titanic.
Oh, it is?
You didn't catch up
My takes on Zombies, man, real fast while they're talking. I love the fact that they have the bots in the single player of Zombies. Overall, the whole thing, Zombies was the thing I was like really fucking excited about. Fucking love the Zombies. That's my #1 thing. The fact that they're having bots in the Zombies mode is amazing. Amazing. One of the biggest things in Zombies Call of Duty is when you're playing with people you don't know, they don't have mics. They just run off and do their own thing. They fuck up the whole fucking game. They backing out. It's rude, man. So the fact that now I can play Zombies by myself and I have some assistance by a bot, amazing. Been waiting on that for a long time. Don't know why it took them so long to do that, but fuck it, we got it on this one. It's fucking amazing. Love the bots. 2, I love how they're focusing on the customization on the Zombies mode, kind of like mods a little bit. And I think they learned that from how people was modding the games and stuff. From the old Black Ops series of Zombies, customizations in it. You can the level tuning, like that's the details of just full details of that. That's amazing. The fact that we're getting three zombie maps on day 1 is amazing. The one I'm mostly excited about, I think it went from the last trailer to the second one to the first. The first trailer, I was like, I don't know, man. The whole gladiator shit, probably fun when first played, but too much care about it. Give me a gun, man. I gotta shoot me some zombies, man. I mean, I could take a sword and hit them with a shield. It's alright. Second trailer, fuck, we're on a Titanic boat. Oh yeah, okay, shit looking interesting. Love the story behind it, the graphics and all that. Looks very good, and just the fact that you're running through the boat. For those that haven't seen Titanic, go take a look at it. What happens when you fucking hit the iceberg? Do you get in the water with frozen zombies? That shit is, I don't know, I'm intrigued. Fucking fact that we on a boat and hey, when the boat hit the fucking Titanic, the fucking boat is flooding. So if they implement all that within to that zombie map of that boat map of the zombie mode, that's gonna be fucking amazing. The third one, Mob of the Dead. That was Mob of the Dead. Bro. I think it said Blood of the something, but that was fucking Mob of the Dead. And the fact that those 4 characters that was in the jail stage, which was called Mob of the Dead, if I'm not mistaken, that was Mob of the Dead, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the jail stage, I know the jail stage. That was the jail stage. They didn't get too much detail about that, but that was the jail stage. That's what I'm definitely mostly excited about. Let me see. I went over multiplayer, touched on a little bit of that. Love the fact that you get that guy right there, the little flame shit. That shit is amazing. I don't know how I feel about fucking guy that cutting the grass. This shit loud as fuck. Don't know really how I feel about the whole, revive yourself. I don't know. I don't too much like that shit. because you know when you be in the process of trying to get your multi-kills and all that, I don't know. I'm mostly excited about the zombies. I think I'm gonna be more into playing the zombies so much. I'm probably not even gonna touch multiplayer that much. And I'm definitely gonna fuck around with that battle royale mode, the blackout. So it's gonna be pretty tight. Talk a little bit about the blackout, how they're adding all the multiple zombie maps into that in one big ass huge map. But my thing is about battle royale is every man for himself. I feel like if they add teams to that, that'd be even better. But it's probably gonna be every man for himself first, which still gonna be tight. Don't get me wrong, but I'm more of a team player, and I like objectives and shit. So that'd be pretty tight. They didn't show anything. I wish they would have had something like war, added war onto this, because I feel like people is sleeping on war mode, or Call of Duty themselves is kind of sleeping on that mode of the game. So they're sleeping on it, man. War mode is pretty fucking exciting. I think it's one of my favorite modes in World War II. And if they would have brought that to Call of Duty Black Ops 4, I think that would have been great. But we'll see. We'll see. They didn't show too many modes in the multiplayer, like capture flag, stuff like that. I'm naming these things because I'm an objective player. I'm a more objective team player. So those are the things I prefer. They didn't show none of that. But let's see. I touched on multiplayer. The Battle Royale thing, which is called Blackout. That's going to be pretty exciting. I wish they would do teams. But it's all one man for himself. They didn't go into too much details. Hopefully they'll go into more details at E3. Zombies, I think that's one of my biggest things I love. Interested to see how the Easter eggs and everything else going to play out. Oh, that character. The character that they showed looked like one of the older characters. I can't, at the moment, I don't know his name. Not Richtofen. But I can't think of his name. But it looked like one of the old characters. Like he just got a shaved head. The guy that be jumping, the crazy guy that be jumping in, I think it's Richtofen. They be jumping in and out the time machine with somebody else, the evil Richtofen. I can't think of his name, but like he just shaved his head. That kind of looked like him. But I'm going to go back and do my little zombie research and see. So don't quote me on that. But the zombies is amazing. Zombies definitely my favorite. Can't wait for it, man. I may pre-order just to do that private beta shit. Everybody stop by my live reaction to this. Appreciate it. Drop some like, subs, and everything else, man. We're gonna do a lot more live reactions of other games. But I said I definitely had to do this, man, because my favorite series of Call of Duty is the Black Ops. So when they revealed that it was dropping this a little bit early, I said, oh yeah, I gotta do this shit. So man, I appreciate everybody stopping by. And shout out to IGN, man. I'm using y'all video. They probably banned me for using their shit. But we out, man. Can't wait for the Call of Duty. Most definitely. In script.